No budget RC here, and I want to talk lipo safety, especially for those guys that are new to RC or are just new to lipo batteries. This one's especially aimed at them. If you're a lipo pro, you've been in the hobby a while, you probably don't need to watch this video. But the new guys, definitely check this out. Might be something in here you don't know. So the very first thing I want to start off with, when you're done running your RC, take the 30 seconds, 40 seconds, whatever it takes, pull your pins out, pull the body off, and unplug your lipo. Do not ever leave your lipo plugged in. There can be a small draw on the battery, and lipos are not designed to run below a certain voltage per cell. You will damage the battery. I buy mostly used RCs, and I don't know how many times I've gone to look at an RC, and when I get there, they have a battery plugged into it. That is a big no-no. One case, I ended up buying the RC, and the guy said I could have the lipo with it because he couldn't get his charger to charge it, and actually that's what it turned out it was. The lipo was too low in one cell, and that's why it would not charge. Now, in crawlers, a lot of times, you run an external BEC. That means your BEC is running straight off your battery. Most BECs, like the most popular one being the Castle BEC, there is no on-off switch. It is wired straight into your battery. Therefore, your receiver and your servo are always receiving power from it. So that is the worst case scenario. Do not leave your lipo battery plugged in a vehicle that has a external BEC. So that's my number one pet peeve. Don't leave your lipos plugged in when your vehicle's not in use. Okay, next is make sure your vehicle is lipo compatible. Make sure your vehicle has a lipo mode in the speed controller. They'll either call it lipo mode, low voltage detection, low voltage cutoff, something along those lines. But you need that to not over drain the battery. Lipos safely operate, they have cells in them, and the cells run between 3 volts and 4.2 volts. Do not run them below 3 volts. You run the potential of damaging the battery, as well as your balance charger will recognize that the cell is below 3 volts and it will not charge it. So when you charge them, they'll be fully charged at 4 volts. Now, you'll notice on this lipo, it doesn't say 2-cell, 2S. It says 7.4 volts. If you're new to lipo, you might be thinking, how does that work out? 3 doesn't go into 4.7 or 7.4, and neither does 4.2 doesn't work out into it. Well, that's because the lipo cells are measured in nominal voltage. Nominal voltage being 3.7 volts per cell. Therefore, this is a 2-cell lipo. Although that is a 2-cell lipo, and it is larger, this one up here is actually a 3-cell lipo. So that brings me to my next safety thing. Make sure that the vehicle that you are running your lipo in is capable of running that lipo. Sometimes you will find that it'll say your speed controller can only handle a 2-cell lipo, sometimes it's 3-cell, and so on. If you were to run that 3-cell lipo in a vehicle that's only capable of running 2-cell, most likely you are going to either immediately smoke your speed controller as soon as you plug that battery in and turn it on, or possibly the speed controller will just get hot and eventually may fry from overheating. The other thing is, read your instruction manual on your vehicle, because like that Arma Kraton I just showed, it has a thing in there that says, do not run a battery below 35C. And there you say 25C there. That is your discharge rate. Basically that says this battery will discharge at 25 times capacity. So if you were to run a 25C battery in that Arma Kraton, which has a big 8-scale brushless system in it, you're going to heat up your battery. Your battery may puff up, and your battery may be damaged from it because it is pulling too hard on that battery. Now, on this one, it's a 30C discharge, and it says 5C maximum charge. So 5C, as I explained before, the C basically means capacity. So you could charge this battery at 5 times capacity. Now your capacity is measured in milliamp hours. So being this is 2200 milliamp, you move your decimal point over 3 spots, and that means 2.2 amps. So means you can charge it at 5 times capacity. 2.2 times 5, if I'm doing my math right, you can charge that at 11 amps safely. This one does not say on the front what your charge capacity rate is. On the back, however, down at the bottom, never charge at currents greater than 1C. Means this is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. You move the decimal point over 3 spots, 5 amps. Being it's 1C, 5 amps is it. If your battery does not say what you can charge it at, 1 amp, or 1C, you're always safe charging at 1C. So the next thing, when you are charging your LiPo battery, we talked about the potential for fire. This is a fire-safe LiPo bag. So what this does is contains a fire if you were to have one. I have a dual charger, therefore I have a larger bag where you can charge 2 batteries at once, and so I got the larger bag so I can put 2 batteries in there. All you do is just leave your balance plug and your regular plug that you plug it into your vehicle hanging out, so you can hook those to your charger. If there was a fire in there, yes, you may lose the other LiPo, but it will contain the fire too inside the bag. I'd rather lose both LiPos than lose my house. So the other thing that I do, when I store my LiPos, after I charge them or after I come home from running, I put them in a metal ammo can. So if anything was to happen, and one was to burst into flames, yes, I may lose all my LiPos, but again, rather lose all my LiPos than lose my home. So, metal ammo can. And that metal ammo can came from Walmart, and it was about 12 bucks. That fire safe bag, I got that off eBay, and I think I paid about 3 bucks. This is very cheap compared to other things that we buy in this hobby. Please be safe. Go ahead and pick these items up. Better safe than sorry. If you are new to the hobby, when I first got my first LiPo charger in LiPo, I did not have the LiPo bag to charge in. What I did, I took the LiPo outside and I charged outside. Put it down on the concrete slab out back of my house, and I charged on there. Far away from the house, run an extension cord. Get it all the way to the edge of that concrete pad. If there was a fire, I probably would have lost my LiPo and my charger, but I would still have my home. Better safe than sorry, guys. Just be safe when you're running these LiPos. I've charged hundreds of LiPos, never had a LiPo fire. They are rare, but they do happen. Better safe than sorry. $12, $3, cheap insurance, man. So, if you like this video, please give it the old thumbs up. If you like this video and you haven't already, please subscribe. If you know somebody that's new to the hobby or new to LiPo batteries, please share this video with them. And let's be safe, but let's also have fun. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.